Hi, my name is Trevor. I am a software developer. I'm a junior in college, and I have been in 4 internships up to this point. My next internship is next summer, and I also do freelancing during the school year. And I would like to share with you guys how exactly to become a software developer before you graduate from college. This means being able to develop applications or do any other type of programming of any sort. And this is going to be your roadmap to getting to where you will be able to monetize your skill of programming and get to your goals. The first step you want to take when becoming a developer is one, pick your type of development. There are tons of kinds. I'll probably list them here on the side for you to look into. I'm sure there are tons of sites that will tell you every type of programming, every type of position that you can hold as a software developer. I am an application developer, and I will be working with data a lot more. But pick your type of development. You do not have to stick with it. As you can see, I said I was an application developer, and I am now starting to do some Python and data science along the side of it, or pipelining. I don't know exactly where that fits, but that's the first step. The next step is going to be learn that type of development. There are tons of ways to learn. One of the ways is to go through the internet. The internet is fully capable of teaching you pretty much anything there is to learn. You can do anything on the internet, videos, YouTube videos, like the one that you're probably watching right now, whether this is a YouTube video or, whatever I'm making this out to be. But, Google searches, Free Code Camp is a really good site to learn how to work with HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. That's how I learned. And I'd say that this is going to take up to, depending on your type of development and the resources that are online for your type of development, it's probably going to take up to anywhere between 3 months to a full year to be able to build whatever your goals are. Within 3 months, you can have a bunch of projects, have them on a portfolio, and then that is actually going to be the next step. So I'll move on. Yeah. Step number 3 is going to be building the projects for your portfolio. Your first project is going to be getting a website to host your portfolio on. I know some people, depending on your type of development, whether it's if you started out with front end, you're going to be building a portfolio and using HTML, CSS to build pages in your portfolio. You link to those pages, you host those pages, or you host that code on that website to build that portfolio. Or if you have something more like data science driven, or something like along those lines, you would want to have like a really good GitHub. Your GitHub is going to be your portfolio sometimes in different situations. I would definitely resort to searching up a couple different ways of building a portfolio in your type of development. I can go ahead and list some things here. Yeah, it's basically just build the portfolio of 3 projects. It's going to help you immensely when you're looking for work, and people need to see that you have the skills to actually build projects and deliver. The next step is going to be networking. This is going to snowball you from developer with no projects for clients or no internships or no real work experience to a developer with real work experience. You'll be able to prove that you are actually able to do the work in an environment that you're delivering for somebody. So ways to network and get your first client. Go to sites like Meetup, where you can get your first interactions with other people, other developers, and sometimes it'll be a data scientist. And you might think, oh, well, I can't get any use from this data scientist. or I can't get any help from this person that's working on DevOps or things like that, researching and getting certifications or doing things like cybersecurity. It doesn't matter. Network with those people, because those are the people that are going to be like, hey, I know a guy that can do front-end development, back-end development, whatever it is you do that they can't do. And they're going to refer that client to you. So make sure that you get yourself out there, whether it be through LinkedIn or anywhere. Go meet other people that are coding and learn with them. So when you have those projects, you can actually start doing this even a little bit before. Start networking while you're learning. I know that was a little bit of a backtrack there. I feel that those steps should have been at least a little separate. But really, get people that can vouch for your skills. That is really a number one there, and that's going to be your first client. The next step is to get your first client. Now, I did just mention that, you just got your first client. But these are going to be some tips, basic things that you should be doing when you get your first client. The first thing you want to do is immediately have some sort of account set up. So you want to have this account set up before you get your client. And this is going to be an account through a site like Fiverr or Upwork. I found Upwork to be useful for me as a developer starting out, because what I did was, from my network, I brought some of my first clients that were from out of my network, or from out of Upwork, into Upwork. And from there, they pay you through Upwork, and Upwork now has record of you doing work through them. You didn't source those clients through Upwork, but now all of Upwork knows that you have done work and you have proven work experience. So you can start on a site with work experience, and people can see that, and it's a really good thing to have. This is actually going to start to snowball you and your development career even more. In the next step, I'll talk about how it snowballs, and also how to refactor your Upwork page for better rates, so you can get better rates, all that stuff. Now that you've brought your first 1 or 2 clients through Upwork, you want to look at what other people are doing. Go and look at other top-rated freelancers. Top-rated is an Upwork term, but find other people that are highly rated and are getting paid significantly more than you, like $120 an hour. Look at how their page is set up, and then go and copy, paste what they have on their page. Now, this sounds horrible, but I want you to paste that onto a notes somewhere, paste into your notes, or write it up. And then once you paste those into your notes, I want you to change those words and change up the structure, whatever you'd like. Keep the same kind of things that they have in their bio. You want to keep things like your skills and how your process is going to look when they hire you. But you'll see in a lot of other Upwork profiles that are successful, you'll see what they're doing, and then you need to mirror it, because learning from other people that have already done this and are getting paid really high amounts, you want to mirror it and be just as successful. That is going to help you look more professional. Make sure that you have a photo that is decent. I guess this is like common sense. Make sure that your photo is only you. It doesn't look like you cut anybody out of the picture. Make sure that it's just very simple. Face is visible. That is your next step, and it's to mirror other top-rated freelancers. Now, I've made it this far into the video, not mentioning anything about internships. What you're doing here to freelance, like building a portfolio and gaining the skills and the network, is going to help you get internships. And the only reason I say that is because you have a portfolio. They're able to see your portfolio. You have professional accounts linked to your name now, especially your LinkedIn. As you build out your Upwork, you also want to be mirroring your profiles across your platforms, making sure that your LinkedIn looks professional and it looks just as professional as your Upwork, because all these things are super important to getting a job at an internship or whatever it may be. I figured I would want to hit on that before I moved on to the next step. So the next step actually is, getting your next clients. Now that you've had probably 2 or 3 clients, you want to start raising your rates. You might have been working with fixed prices. You might have been working at $10, $15 an hour. And Upwork is taking a big chunk of this, especially if you haven't worked for them for a significant amount of time, or for each client for a significant amount of time. After about $10 or $15 an hour, you finish and get a really good success rate. You're really like communicating well, and you're really pushing out work that is quality, and they're giving references. This is super important as you're going through the previous steps, is try to get as many references as possible. And then have them posted on your Upwork profile, your Fiverr profile, so that the clients that also look at your profile after that can see that. This is going to help you, because now these next clients are going to want to make sure that you are the best for the job. Now, I guess you don't have to be the best, but you can definitely be the best team player, whatever it is. You don't have to have like all the requirements, but you want to raise your rates for the next clients. If you don't raise your rates for the next clients, you will definitely get stuck in a loop of undercharging for your work. You've delivered successfully for 3 or so clients now, and you have the work experience to raise your rates. Don't do what I did and work for somebody for multiple months for very subpar pay. And then at the very end, I asked him for a 2 times raise, and he happily gave it to me. And it made me realize that I could have asked for more a lot sooner. A lot of my time could have been put elsewhere, because I had to pay for college. That's why I was working. So now you have to make yourself stand out. And the one way that really gets clients' attention are proposals that are really well worded, or have some sort of personality. What I start out with in my proposals is, "Hi, I'm Trevor. Let's get this ball rolling," with an exclamation mark. It catches their attention, at least from what I can tell. Whenever I have submitted a proposal to somebody, they've immediately responded. Not every time, like the ones that do respond. They're like, "Hey, I love your enthusiasm." Have some sort of personality and enthusiasm. Do not add too much personality, depending on how weird you are, like me, because that can backfire. Too much puts clients off as kind of weird. But really, through Upwork is going to be the way you get your next clients. Through your network, you only are really able to get clients that are looking for like a website, or clients that are looking for very small things, and usually it's just like a family friend, or it's a friend of a friend that you've been learning with that is only able to pay like a couple $100 for this feature on this new site, or whether it be some sort of like script with Python to do this certain thing. So you want to get your clients through Upwork from now on. Clients through Upwork will post job postings. You can write proposals to them, but at this point you should be getting lots of invitations to interview and invitations to submit proposals. I think it's just to interview, but if there are invitations to submit proposals, then that's a thing. This is with Upwork. I'm sorry if I'm not talking about Fiverr. It's just that I haven't had experience with Fiverr, and I really back Upwork just because of how easy it is to get clients. So you want to stand out. You want to get all your clients through Upwork from now on, because they will pay more and they have more resources than your immediate network. So it's time to kind of move away from doing the big projects for smaller amounts of money, because you don't have the time anymore. You have higher value clients, and that's just life. You're becoming a more seasoned developer. So now you're pretty much on the road. You pretty much are a developer now, and this pretty much is where it would end. But I still have actually a couple more steps. I have 2 more steps. That is to, 1, raise your rates, and then land job with higher rate. Yeah, I put raising your rates a lot in here because you need to raise your rates. If you don't raise your rates, people will take advantage of your time and the things that you know. So finally, you've become a seasoned developer within your first year of college or first year of learning to develop. That's really it. You need to check out any of my other videos that may be, on the screen. They're probably not even there yet because this is my first video. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a lot from this, and I'm always open. I'll probably have my LinkedIn in my YouTube description. Please message me there, and with any questions you may have. I am working towards building some sort of course, some sort of thing that will make anybody in college be able to become a developer within a year, depending on how much work you put into it. Yeah. So, bye.